afternoon, everyone. Right, this video is different to the ones that I've done so far, in that it's not an unboxing. In fact, it's not talking about any products that you can lay your hands on at all, really. I've just been watching some other videos on YouTube, and I've been watching one about the Swansea poltergeist. Hang on a second, let's see if I can get the angle of this straight. Right, okay. And it made me remember something a bit weird that happened to me a few years ago. Ever since being very small, I've had an interest in ghosts, spirits, vampires, anything horror related. I've been on quite a few ghost vigils to different places up and down the country, and on the whole, nothing happens. There's only been maybe 2 or 3 times on all the supernatural vigils that I've been on where things have happened, and that's what this story is about here. I don't know how long it'll take me to tell you. We'll just see how it goes. Anyway, so time-wise, we're going back to the early 2000s, early-ish, might be round about 2004, 2005, somewhere like that. And it's not that long since I started working in event security. It's actually, the story's actually nothing to do with event security, but the friend that I went with, I met through doing that job. So anyway, she used to be a member of this club for single adults, basically, that go out and do things. You pay an annual membership to, and you can take a paying guest on some of these things. And this is what this particular thing was. It was a ghost vigil to Dudley Castle. And Dudley Castle itself is a beautiful place. Lots of history to it, if you fancy looking it up and reading about it. A very, very interesting place. So she picks me up because she drives and I don't, and we drive on to Dudley Castle for this ghost night. And when we get there, there's a group of other people that are from this same club that she's in, and we sit in a room, have a cup of tea, have an introduction from the hosts and mediums that are conducting the night, and then they start taking us around the castle, telling us various stories about the place as we're going round. I can't remember most of it now, as I say, because it did happen quite a while ago, and I don't always commit memories to paper, which maybe I should do more of. Anyway, they were taking us round the castle, and part of it, we went into this big long room, which looks as though it may have been a kitchen at one point. As you're going around the castle, there's various museum style exhibits behind ropes that you can look at but not touch and not sit on, that sort of thing. It might have changed now, I don't know. That's the only time that I'd actually been there. Anyway, we were taken into this room that was like that could have been a kitchen in years gone by. and there was a walkway down from one end of the kitchen to the other. As you look up, there were bunches of dried flowers tied to rafters in the room. Behind the rope that was dividing the room off from the walkway and the exhibit, there was a massive old-fashioned thick kitchen table, the sort that you might see in period dramas, where it's talking about the people that work in the place, if you get what I mean. So anyway, we're stood near one of the doors. The whole group is stood near one of the doors, and they're telling us the story of this particular room. As I say, I can't remember what was said about the room because I didn't record any memories. So I was really interested in what was being said, because I love history as well. So it wasn't just a ghosty thing, it was a history thing as well. Anyway, so we stood near this door having an explanation about the room and what went off in it, and while I was standing there, I got the deepest feeling of sadness. That's the only way that I can describe it. I had never experienced, and I have not experienced since, such a deep feeling. The best way I can describe it is if you imagine everything that has ever been bad in the world happening to you right at that moment, and all your friends and family are involved, and everything that's happening is also happening to them. That is how deep this feeling was. And I was standing there trying to concentrate on what we were being told, whilst trying to, somewhere in the back of my head, make sense of these feelings, and also let the feelings happen, if that makes any sense. There was nothing that I could do to stop these feelings. It was something that was just happening right at that moment. And while I was standing there feeling like the, to put it without swearing, the crappiest of crap, I started crying. Not noisily, bawling my eyes out, full on snots and everything, but I had tears pouring down my face. And my friend that I was with looked at me and said, "Are you all right?" And I says, "I really do not know." Now, one of the mediums that was on this ghost night with us, I don't know whether she'd overheard me and my friend talking, or if she had just witnessed me crying or what, but she came over to me and asked me if I was okay, and I said again that I didn't know, because I really didn't know what was happening. So she took me out of the room and stood with me for a few minutes just in the corridor. If I remember rightly, it was at the bottom of a spiral staircase. Memory might not serve me right, but it was definitely just outside the room. And she says, you know, if you don't want to carry on with this ghost vigil, let us know, and you don't have to do it. Or, you know, if you start to feel better, you know, come back in. If you start to feel worse, let someone know. If you start to feel ill, let someone know. And anyway, the weird the really weird thing was, after a few minutes, the feeling totally disappeared. And I've never had a way to have been able to explain it properly. I've got no idea at all what happened. Anyway, the rest of the night at Dudley Castle passed without incident. We went on to other rooms. There was a room that we went in that had got a child's bedroom exhibit behind glass, and I did take a photo of that. And when I put the photo on my computer, it had got a little bit like an overlaid image of an Elizabethan woman, complete with a farthingale dress and a neck ruff. And I emailed them about it and said, oh, this photo's come up. And they said, oh, send it on to us. So I did. But it was debunked as smudges on the glass, which was a shame. I've got no idea where that photo is now, so unfortunately I can't show it to you. Anyway, that's kind of the end of this particular story. That's certainly the end of everything that happened at Dudley Castle. Whether you decide to believe it or not is up to you. I know a few of my friends in real life already know about this, and obviously the friend that was with me that saw it happen, she knows about it too and doesn't doubt me, I hope. But yeah, very strange happening, very strange feelings. Anyway, as I say, it's up to you guys watching this and listening as to whether or not you believe it. Let me know what you think. Just drop me some comments down there. Give me a like. As I say, I've got one or two other stories. And if you want me to relate these, just drop me a comment and let me know. I'm going to go now because this is just over 12.5 minutes long and I don't want you to get bored. So, see you later, guys.